O Show. This is the Big 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 O Show.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Radio Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated. They offer free 30-day storage, full service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house! Call 1-800-ALARM-NATE.
So here's the putting green. See? There you go. Got two flags. One was over there where Cutter's Edge Pro. It's not coming out now. Come on. Come on, wind. Give me a little wind. No, unfortunately. But there you go. And this one says Big O here. There you go. So there's my putting green. It's about, I would say about 25 feet, something like that. I get to practice, have a little fun. See? And then, of course, we got, the bunkers. Got to have the bunkers, man.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Alrighty! Welcome aboard, baby. We are live. Yes, it is the Youth Fair. Woo! Loving it. The lighter version of the show at the Youth Fair. Yes, Sean Stanley. And of course, the crew, man. The crew is here today. The wife, the daughter, everybody.
You rolled up deep.
Al.
You brought all Kindle. You brought the whole Kindle with you.
We had to build the tent and all that kind of stuff. So we had to bring everybody on board. So we got a bunch of people out here. We are close to, this is called, it's where the pig races are. Okay. And the pig races right here. I can see the pig races right here. And then this is where the tent, the barn is with the animals and all that. So we're right there, right before you go up on the garden to go check out the garden, the ice shows, of course. Which, by the way, I just went to the bathroom and it was nice and cold, bro. That walk to the bathroom was sweet, dude. I mean,
all right, so you don't need me for about, what, 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'll be back.
Knock it all out.
By the way, I took pig 3 in the first race at 5.
You know what? We're going to have to lay some bets here. Yeah, man. We're about some, quality investments on this show. You all know that. So, we'll decide which pigs that we have to bet on. So anyway, if you are coming out to the Youth Fair, we're going to give away a couple passes, and this is how we're going to do it. This is how we're going to give away a couple of passes. Okay, on Twitter at Big O Show. All right, Twitter Big O Show. DM me. All right, because let's not clutter the timeline with all that and everybody. That's just all. DM at Big O Show, DM on Instagram at Big O Radio Show, like it is here on YouTube. That's the Big O Radio Show. The same thing, Big O Radio Show. So Big O Radio Show on Instagram. DM me your full name, your address, your cell phone, and that's it.
And then it will. And if I reach out to you back that you're one of the winners, your family 4-pack will be in will call. But you know, if I reach out to you and tell you you're a winner, you're a winner. But if you want a chance to win, okay, because I can't do it on the live chat board. Not everybody's going to be on the chat board. People will watch the show later. People will podcast later. So I wanted to, make sure audio or video, it doesn't matter. Everybody has a chance to win. So you can DM me, okay, on Twitter, on Instagram. By the way, if you're a blue sky guy or girl and you got an account, DM me there at Big O Show. Okay, and you can also Threads DM me, Big O Radio Show. Okay, so Big O Radio Show for Instagram and Threads, Big O Show for Twitter, and for what did I say was the other one? Twitter and No. Instagram and Threads, it's Big O Radio Show. Twitter and Blue Sky is Big O Show. Twitter and Blue Sky, Big O Show. Okay? Which most of you are not even on Blue Sky yet. That one's kind of you have to sign up for it and then be approved and then you get on and all that. It's kind of like they're trying to normalize Twitter. That's what they're trying to do, like take out all that craziness that you see in Twitter nowadays. It's kind of that site doesn't have that, they kind of manage it a lot better in that sense. So, but it's way behind every other social media platform, but I'm in it because I do this stuff for a living. So we post some stuff there and we interact a little bit there. We don't interact as much as we do on X. Buy the dip. Yep. Buy the dip, man. Before I get into we got a lot of stuff to talk about Dolphins wise. A lot today, really. David Furones will join us at 5:00. Manny Navarro will join us at 5:30. And so we'll have a couple guests. I got a bunch of stuff that I got to get off my chest with the Dolphins. A lot of really, really, really good stuff, man. I got to tell you, I there's just really a lot of good stuff considering the first day of panic and all that. I just really like what's going on. But anyway, we've had that this little crypto dip, which is nothing, bro. This is child's play. But I will tell you this, for you newbies, if you bought it at 72, then your job is to buy it at 70 and 69 and 68. I'm not a financial advisor, but your job is to lower your overall price. That's how you invest. And so if you do your homework and you have conviction in Cardano or Avalanche or Solana's not dropping, but whatever, any company that you're investing in, Ethereum actually dropped a couple $100 in this thing. If it was at 4 and it's at 3,700, then you're going to gain those $300 back right away. You know what I mean? And Bitcoin, if it's at 60, 68 or 69 or 70, and it was at 73.8 or something, it's going to surpass that. You know what I mean? By miles. It's the same thing that happened when it drops from 48 to 39 or 38, and then people took advantage, and it came right back past 48 and went right into the 50s. And remember what I told you in the last bull run, there were 11 corrections. Okay? And the corrections from every 4-year cycle in crypto, the corrections are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So that means the dips aren't nearly as brutal as they used to be. And so these things are nothing, but they're going to bounce back. Again, do your own homework. I'm not a financial advisor, but part of this whole trick in making your money is lowering your overall cost. So if something goes under the price you bought it, if you don't have conviction to buy it, you probably should sell everything you have right now, because that means you never did your homework in the first place. But if you have conviction and you know what you bought is what you love, and it's going to go back up again, then what you do is you lower your overall price. That's what smart people do. Okay? So, yeah, there's a great opportunity. Buy the dip and buy an elephant ear. You want a piece? My daughter just brought me an elephant ear, and I have to treat myself. And by the way, you got to get cinnamon sugar. That powdered sugar, I'm sorry. You like it with powdered sugar?
The powdered sugar's not up to Kindle standards. No way, buddy. No way.
No way.
Powdered sugar is what? Hialeah?
No, don't insult Hialeah like that. Don't insult Hialeah like that. Okay? Powdered sugar is trying to think of some flu place, soft ass town, city. Who can I insult right now? Huh? Wellington, yeah, that sounds kind of soft. Yeah, kind of rich. Polo. Yeah, it's like Wellington. You know? That's powdered sugar. You got to get cinnamon sugar here, bro. Oh, my God. Oh, it's so good.
This testimonial brought to you by the Dade County Youth Fair.
I feel like that chef from Channel 10 when I was younger. Ooh, it's so good. You don't remember that? Really? Al, you've been here forever in this town. In Channel 10, there was a segment. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, not that chef. But there used to be one on Channel 10 in the Ann Bishop era. Dwight Lauderdale, all that kind of folks. And they had, I forgot the name of the chef, but he used to come on. It was like Mr. Good or something like that. And he had like a salt and pepper beard. He had a very happy-go-lucky attitude. And then he'd give you like the creative dish of the day for a quick 2 minutes. And then he'd take a taste of what he just cooked. And he'd go, ooh, it's so good. You know, that kind of stuff. You don't remember that, huh? Yeah, man. That's back in the day. Big Wilson, you know, we're talking like, you know, we're going back in South Florida history. You know, some of you will probably remember what the hell I'm talking about. Yeah, those of you that are local, of course, because we have people watching all over the world, you know, right now. So, by the way, I apologize if I'm rude, but I don't really care. It's just too good. It just is. It's just too good. Plus, I've lost nearly 30 pounds. So I'm, you know, I can treat, you have to treat yourself too. You can't be in jail for the rest of your life and not eat some really bad stuff. That's so good. So good. So good. Anyway. All right. Let's get to doing a little talking. No more. It was Mr. Food. It was Mr. Food. You guys don't remember Mr. Food. Google Channel 10 Mr. Food. I bet you the Google. Mr. Good. Mr. Food. Channel 10 Mr. Food. Yeah. Huh? That's coming out? Oh, it's so good. See? Yeah, man. They have a MrFood.com? Wow. His name was Mr. Food. 2012 in Weston? Okay. All right. Ocala Joe says, good afternoon, Big O. Great to see you're getting around more independent. Your favorite food at the fair? Oh, I'm eating it right now, dude. I kill and die for an elephant ear. I love elephant ears, dude, since I was a kid. It's been something that I am addicted to. I cannot stay away. If I go to a fair, put it this way, And those of you that are hardcore watching this show, you know what I'm talking about because I've talked about it with Eddie. A couple of years ago when we were in the middle of the pandemic, we had no fare, but they brought out the fare food, and we were making lines. And let me tell you something. I came every weekend to go get an elephant ear. Every weekend I came to get an elephant ear. The first week it was a long line, and it took us like 30 minutes to go through the whole process. I didn't give a shit because you were in your car, and it was just me and the wife talking, having some fun, BSing. I don't care. I'm waiting for my elephant ear. I make the line. I get it. Boom. I'm gone. They had this great system, and then it got a little faster. It was like 15 minutes, and it was really, really cool. So I live and die for elephant ears. Oh, my God. Love it, bro. Love it. SoCal says, that's dope, Big O. I have gastric bypass Thursday. I'm down 30 pounds also. There you go. Wow. Good job for you, bro. Good job. You deserve the elephant ear more. Have it. Have some fried milkshake. Nah, I'm not going to go that far. But the elephant ear is something that it's just, brother, I can't live without it. I love the elephant ear. And you know, it's killing me is that 3/4 of that elephant ear is here, and I can't finish it because I got to the talk show. Art Ginsberg is his name, was Mr. Food, is Troy Francis telling me. Ray says, wow, the memories, Mr. Food. Yeah, you know, it's all here, bro. You know, you don't forget what you watch when you were growing up and all that on television. It kind of, and plus I guess that's what led me to radio 30-something years ago, that I've been a radio TV geek my entire life. From, listening to GBS, the bus when I was a kid, and listening to music on AM radio when QAM was a music station, dude. It's just like, I'm that old that I remember all that kind of stuff. And so for me, I was always a radio geek and a TV geek, and jingles and all that kind of shit has always stuck to my head. And I always, used to listen to, you name it, from Neil Rogers, everybody that was out there, back in the day. I would always bounce around. I was always intrigued by radio and media. And that's probably why I ended up in this business and been in it for so damn long, but yeah, it's just one of those things that's why all that stuff is like second nature to me. It doesn't matter what it is, commercials from back in the day. I can remember them, billboards, you name it. It's just like in my DNA, and I can't. Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Commercials. I just can't. Jingles, TV themes, it's just shit like that. I'm a weirdo like that, so, always going to start having more commercial breaks because of the food. Samuel says, I lost 60 pounds, Big O, on straight diet. And no, you know what I mean as far as can't be in jail all the time. Yeah, no, you got to treat yourself a little, man. I'm really good every day. And I said, hey, I'm coming to the fair. I'm going to treat myself to, by the way, that's the first thing I eat today. I haven't eaten anything all day. I haven't eaten anything since 7:00 last night. So think about it. This elephant ear won't do any damage to me because I don't really have my body is still feeding off probably more of the fat in my system than anything else, So that's the beauty of fasting. If you keep it in a certain window, you can actually have a big meal and it won't damage you whatsoever. The thing is, at least for me, my killer is that I'm eating all day. And so I'm eating a little bit here, and then 2 hours later, I'm eating again, and then I'm eating again. And then, the more sugars and the more breads you eat, the more addiction you get, and the more you want to eat more of the breads and the sugars because your mind is like that, So you've got to untrain it. And that's kind of and that's the good thing about fasting. It kind of untrains you to stay more disciplined away from all of that. Oh, you got to film that, bro. Film that, Sean, right there. There you go. Now we're talking. The clowns on scooters. He's going to crash right into the bench. Oh, dude. Oh, wow. Almost crashed right into the bench. Clown on scooter. This is where, you know what? We need to have a second active camera today. Just to, you know that? Let's do that. If you want, you could use this other one so we can have it ready for rocking and rolling. There you go. You almost wiped out in the bench, man. I was worried about you there. You got it late. I was strong on your part there. Recovery. I like it. Stay safe out there. There you go. Charge! Some mascots. Oh, I love it. All right.
That's a quick weight loss plan right there. Wearing that.
Well, they don't have to walk around. They're actually scooting around. That's actually not bad scooting around because at least now you're getting the breeze, you know? You're getting some because that's hot as hell in those things, bro. You're losing. You want to lose weight? Be a mascot. Your ass will lose weight if you're a mascot. That's for damn sure. Not a geek. Oh, nerds are cool. Geeks, not so much. Ragin is in the house. Ragin, I'll be calling you soon. Ray Sosa, Corey P. Controlling the insulin spike from fasting. There you go. Troy Ortiz. Oh, eliminate the carbs for 2 to 3 months and work out. You'll drop a ton of weight. Yeah. The only thing is I can't work out really yet. I won't be able to. I won't be able to do any explosive movements with my ankle for like 6 months. So I won't be able to do a lot of things, unfortunately. It'll be more about discipline and walking is what I'm going to be able to do. You know, I'll be able to build up the walking. You know, like today already, I've walked more than I did yesterday. Because remember, this is only my second day walking. I just got off the boot. And so now I'm just like, now it's building up the stamina and breaking in the foot. You know, and that's kind of what I have to do now because the cartilage and all that kind of stuff, you know, kind of gets stiff. So you've got to now break it all up. So that's kind of what I'm doing now is breaking the foot back in. Yeah, I heard the new Priest album, Mike Suarez. I thought it was all right. As I said before, Firepower is 10 times better, bro. Firepower is freaking exceptional. I think this one's all right. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's all right. I can't call it stuff that I'm really. Firepower really got me going. That one was an excellent album. I jam it still all the time, actually. Let's see. Clowns on scooters. What are we talking about? Politics again? No. It wasn't Aaron Rodgers. No, it wasn't John F. Kennedy or Robert Kennedy Jr. No, it's Robert, right? It's Robert, right? I said here, can you imagine in a speech area? I can't take that guy's voice. That guy's voice is bad. Is bad. So no. Although those two, I think, would win the election. Yeah, Kennedy and Rodgers. I mean, those are the kind of people, you know, that's definitely what you want there. You want to follow that kind of stuff. Oh, man. By the way, yesterday, the Hurricanes, they took it to our Panthers yesterday. That was ugly, man. That was ugly. Aaron Donald retiring from the NFL. I mean, pretty cool for all of us to be able to witness it, witness his career coming out of Pittsburgh and turning into the monster that he turned into. And just, well, you know, when you talk about players that have an individuality to them, right? Lawrence Taylor, nobody played like that guy, right? There are certain people that when you watch them, Barry Sanders, right? Barry Sanders is, nobody ever played like Barry Sanders. Nobody ever will play like Barry Sanders, right? There are certain individuals. You watch Walter Payton run the ball and his Ram-like style. Speaking of course, Aaron Donald, who's retiring from the Rams, you know, Walter Payton used to look at you and center his helmet right on your chest and put you on your ass and run you right over. You know, there are signature players in this game over time. Randy Moss and his, you know, skyscraping, you know, type of football. There are things like Aaron Donald is that guy. On the defensive tackle position, there are a few guys. I remember John Randall used to bring an incredible amount of energy to the game and was also a guy that was so great with his hands. One of the things that Aaron Donald obviously is maybe the best ever, with his hands and the quickness. And there are, there's a lot of great players that go into the Hall of Fame, but there aren't a lot of great signature players. There's only a few of those. And he happens to be one of those because we're talking about the elite of the elite. When we talk about those kind of things, we're talking about the elite of the elite. Darrelle Revis went in this past year with Zach Thomas. In his prime, I don't know of a tactician route running better than Darrelle Revis. He ran the route for the wide receiver. And it was an uncanny thing that he could do on a consistent basis. And it was just signature, and they called it Revis Island. And there are times when you're Ronnie Lott, you're going to make people shake in their boots. And Lawrence Taylor will make you shake in your boots. And Aaron Donald will make you shake in your boots. And that's what retired today. It's not just a great player. It's one of those that is on the top of all the great players. He is what you're measured against. You know what I mean? In this town, when you play the position of quarterback, you're going to be measured to 13 every effing time because everybody that saw him knows, brother, that shit was a freak. I've never seen anyone throw the ball like that because that's Marino. Marino is Aaron Donald. He's just one of those kind of guys. Quarterbacks marvel at Marino because Marino didn't even need athleticism. That's the amazing part to do his job. And there are times that certain players that retire, when they go, it's a special era. And Aaron Donald's one of those guys, bro. My God, he's the guy that, you went in baseball. Oh, Bonds is coming to the plate. I got to watch. You might hate Bonds. You might know he's cheating, but you wanted to see him because you're not going to get it past the strike zone. You just wanted to see if there was a pitcher that was going to actually go in the strike zone against Barry Bonds at that moment. Must see TV. Certain players are like that, man. Ohtani is like that now. I don't give a shit what he's doing. If he's pitching or he's hitting, it's on TV. Hey, you know what? I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to watch that. Right? Locally here, Kachuk is that guy for us, right? There are certain guys that just become that. And props to Aaron Donald, just one of the greats, one of those guys that we all admire. All of us that aren't Rams fans, let me put it that way, because obviously a Rams fan admires and loves the shit out of that guy. But the rest of us that aren't Rams fans, we admire the crap out of Aaron Donald. Did it right, was the best at it, demanded the best from himself, and he always performed that way. That's why first ballot Hall of Famer. You can put him in right now. Why are we even wasting time with that? You know what I'm saying? It's one of the best to ever do it. So great job, Aaron Donald. Bless you, brother. You gave us some amazing, amazing football that we'll never see again, maybe. That's the other. Be blessed. Be blessed with that, because I still haven't seen another Jerry Rice. I still haven't seen another Barry Sanders. Al, you seen another Barry Sanders yet? Another Jerry Rice out there? No. You see them once, and then they're gone. Yeah, no Walter. No, there's definitely not a Walter Payton in this game anymore. They would stop you from playing like Walter Payton. Now they would check you for a concussion after every other run if you're going to ram somebody right into their chest. Are you kidding me? No, there's nothing like that anymore. Those things don't exist. It's just certain players, you watch Ricky Henderson, se acabó. As Santana would say, se acabó. It's over. You saw it and it's over. Enjoy. Never see it again. And Aaron Donald, for me, is a guy you'll never see again. You'll just never see again, bro. Just amazing stuff. So I saw that, and I'm not a Rams guy, but I'm a football guy, and it bothered me. Like, shit, man. I don't get to watch this guy another year do some amazing shit. I just hope it's not against the Dolphins. Obviously. I hope, that the Rams playing the Dolphins, he has a terrible game. But outside of that, I love watching him terrorize everybody else. Doesn't bother me because it's fun watching a talented player do their thing. It's like watching Justin Jefferson with Minnesota, an absolute young, bright superstar that's just blossoming here in this league. I hope they find him a quarterback now because poor guy is, oh, my God, you can only go so far with average to mediocre, So hopefully they'll get him a quarterback. But Aaron Donald, man, hell of a story, hell of an ending for him. And he got his championship. So got his money, got his championship, and first ballot Hall of Famer. All right, what else do we have going on? Let's get into a couple of Dolphin topics. We got to get into some of that stuff. Dougie Fresh says, you'll never hear another Yoko Ono. Hey, Dougie, I don't know if you watched the show yesterday. I was wearing your Devo shirt, bro. Thank you again for gifting the Devo shirt. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Anyway, Priest Firepower reminds me of the 70 Scorpions album. I know Priest Firepower is, they were on fire in that one. Just absolutely on fire in that album. They had, it's better than the whatever Realm, the one before that, and then obviously this one. It's their best album over the last few, I don't know, 4 or 5 albums or something like that. I would say Firepower is their best. It is freaking awesome. That one I can crank all the time. I love it. Michael Austin says, I'm here loving the show, Big O. Have fun at the fair. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you as always. We are doing our best to enjoy the fair and enjoy an elephant ear. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Why don't we? Check out my guy, Alan Blanco, 980 West 22nd Street in Hialeah, custom printing and embroidery. Call him at 786-618-1443. Your club, your fantasy team, your business. You need T-shirts, you need uniforms, calendars, shirts, hats, whatever it is. 3A Graphics, call them, 786-618-1443. Last night, the Hurricanes, they defeated the Panthers 4-0. Bob had 31 saves. Saturday, tomorrow, they'll take on the Lightning at Amerant Bank Arena. Face-off will be at 6. Tonight at 7, the Heat are taking on the Pistons. No Tyler Hero. What a surprise. He's out with his little foot injury. Love has got a heel injury. 7 o'clock tip-off. You better win these next 2 bum-ass games against the Pistons. Saturday at 2 o'clock, DC United taking on InterMiami. Inter is on the road. No Messi, by the way, okay? And Nova Southeastern University in action tomorrow at Rick Case Arena. They are in the tournament, all right? And they take on Benedict College, which is the 8th seed in the tournament. So good luck to Nova Southeastern University. All right, there you go. That is our 3A Graphics sports calendar. Brett Campbell says, happy Friday, Big O. Hope the recovery is going well. I don't know about you, but damn, our fan base has been emotional lately. Relax, enjoy the process. Excited how this defense comes together. Yeah, we're going to talk about that now. We're going to talk about a bunch of subjects because we got a lot of things to talk about Dolphin-wise and some stuff that I think is pretty interesting. how they've reshaped this roster and done, I think, an excellent job. Remember, if you want to know what the overall plan is, I explained it 3 days ago, and it's in the first half hour of the show. Sean made a segment of it already, and you can listen to it, what the overall plan is. But let me tell you something. You know, a lot of people were wondering if they lose Christian Wilkins, Sean, they lose the leader of their team, the vocal man, all that stuff.
The heartbeat.
Did you watch the Jordan Brooks interview with the Meteors?
I've seen tad bits of it.
Did you hear the part that they asked him about him getting really emotional with his team and him explaining it?
I did not.
Yeah, it's interesting because Jordan explained how the team was down. It wasn't performing well. So there's a viral video went out with him getting the guys riled up because he was one of the vocal leaders on that team. Interesting.
That was the Sunday Night Football clip. Yep.
Exactly. Very famous clip on Sunday night.
Wilkins getting guys' face on the sideline?
I think he does a little bit, but Jordan will.
Jordan will.
Jordan's going to get, because Jordan's a hard ass. Jordan plays fast. Jordan is hungry. Jordan is a leader. Jordan is a winner. So, you know, it's just like, because I heard it a lot from the media, and a lot of you seem to parrot some of the irresponsible stuff that is said at times by people on radio, on platforms, or written. And I hear it all. It's, oh, they're going to miss Christian Wilkins because he's the heart and soul of the team and this and that. And other people retire. You move on. You know, you lose Bonacani, you gain Offerdahl. You lose Offerdahl, you gain Zach Thomas. You know what I mean? That's kind of the way it goes, dude. You lose Zach, you got Colder. What's it called? Cold 91. Cam Wake. You know? I mean, you know, it's a load of shit. It's a bunch of crap. Every time there's all kinds of guys that are leaders on the team. And so they're not stupid in the front office. So they go and they get a Jordan Brooks. They go get a Jordan Poyer, who is another very vocal type leader. As you well noticed, our other safety is becoming more and more vocal on his own in Holland. So do you think now that Wilkins is gone, Holland doesn't take a bigger role as a leader? Of course he does. And then you listen to Saram Neal and his approach to football, and how he loves the physical play and the toughness. And one of the things that you start to see again is the character of the players that they're going after. So they're going after guys that they know are going to, Jonnu Smith, character kid, plays hard, fast, which is what goes with this offense. Unlike some of you idiots out there talking Jarvis Landry. Jarvis Landry was too slow for Mike McDaniel's offense as a rookie. What do you think? What do you think his speed is as in his 30s now? What is wrong with some of you people? Stop it already with that shit. Yeah, I saw what he tweeted out last night because somebody sent it to me, and it was like, I'm just like, you know, this is just stupid shit. You know, hey, look, dude, he's a great young man. He had a terrific career. He had a nice run in Miami. Some of you need to move on. Do you go back and bang your ex-girlfriend all the time? Is that what you're doing? You just can't leave her? I'm sorry. Is that can you just like, you know, luggage. It's done. Throw it away. It broke. The wheel's like wobbly. You can't get in anymore. The combination doesn't work. The zipper broke. Throw it away. Move on from the baggage. Jonnu Smith is faster in one leg than Jarvis Landry is with two legs. Okay? And so you start looking around at all the players that they're signing, and you're checking out that it's the center, the Aaron Brewer kid, hard-nosed guy. You know, it's character also, because you need less problems. And so that's one of the things that to me stood out also as they're signing them. Not only are they filling specific needs that they have and also addressing depth in the process, but they're bringing in quality people too and leadership. And that's important. And so to me, that's one thing that if you're a Dolphins fan, you got to be pretty proud of, that they're bringing in character people. And if you're going to bring in role players or bridge players, which is what you're bringing in, let's not kid ourselves. They're not bringing in long-term people. No. They're bringing in bridge players. What's it called? Kendall Fuller. Character guy, dude. Standout guy, pro. He's only here for 2 years. So he's a bridge player. He's kind of if Cam Smith doesn't work, he's kind of an insurance policy. It's really smart depth, but it's also quality. It's also a character guy that he's not, if he's starting or if he's coming off the bench, he's not going to complain. If he's starting inside or outside, he's not going to complain. Jordan Brooks is going to lead. Saram Neal is going to play hard. Shaq Barrett's going to play his ass off. Jordan Poyer's going to play his ass off. Aaron Brewer's going to play his ass off. Character, man. So I love how they have identified talent, need, and character, because that makes it easier on McDaniel and Weaver. And by the way, did you watch the Saram interview? The freaking love affair between Saram and Danny Crossman is impressive. Impressive. I'm not a Danny Crossman fan, but can I tell you something? Something about that interview, I said, okay, they keep him around. They're making other changes, but not him. And then I watched this guy come who hasn't been with him for 4 years and talks about how much he loves the guy, how much he believes in the players, how much players play for him, and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, how come this hasn't jived? How come this hasn't worked with Danny Crossman here? I know a couple of years, the last couple of years, the injuries have been so bad that he's lost some of his units too, because his guys have had to play more regular, and then it kind of takes away. To be fair, he hasn't had really a great returner either, to be fair. You know what I'm saying? So the Saram Neal interview, we all have to be flexible at times. We all have to be open to new information. And while I'm not saying that Danny Crossman is the right guy for it, I am going to say, hey, maybe we need to take a step back here. Maybe we need to give this one more chance, okay? And see if they go through a season with no injuries, or, very few injuries, where it doesn't affect, the domino effect isn't so bad, and that he has his players, and then there's no excuses, and, and let's see if he can put together a good season as a special teams coordinator, because that's Saram Neal love. That wasn't normal. That was very authentic. Very authentic. And so he got me thinking, going, maybe we're going a little too far with Danny Crossman. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? I mean, we all could be wrong at times, right? We're not all going to be right. Okay? And we all have to be honest enough to look in the mirror when we are wrong, But I just want you to watch that interview with Saram Neal. And, maybe you walk away going, maybe circumstances and situations haven't been perfect, or maybe I've been a little too critical or something. That's kind of the way, I kind of ended up looking at it. Anyway. Unlike Wilkins, Aaron Donald was somebody's team. Definitely. You had to prepare for him. No doubt, Ocala Joe. No doubt. You don't prepare for Wilkins. Nobody does. At all. Let's see. Orlando, do you remember Francis? No, it's not Francis. It's Franco's Pizza. That's what you're talking about, Jay. Not Francis. Franco's. Franco's ran commercials on WCIX during what's his name now that I just mentioned it? Big Wilson show. Franco's Pizza, bro. I remember a Franco's Pizza on 163rd, right by Orvieto's Awards. Yep, right by Charles Orvieto at 1123 163rd Street, Charles Orvieto. It's right off on that curve before you get to the mall. Franco's Pizza was on the south side of 163rd. I remember that Franco's Pizza. I don't know where else, but I know that there were several Franco's Pizzas. I remember that. That I do. Let's see. What else do we have here? Big O, you mentioned there was a lot of Dolphin news and then literally said nothing Dolphin related. What gives? Because I'm just talking. I just talked about Dolphins now. I'm going to keep talking. I don't give it all right away, bro. It's a show of 2 hours. I talk and
let's go Dolphins.
Yeah, we're a talk show, bro. And obviously we're a talk show that gives you the best Dolphin insight in town, in the country, period. But, it's a talk show. So, what can I tell you, my brother? It's, we will have conversations here. And we will dabble in different things. And I will enjoy my elephant ear while I talk to you. And that's what we'll do. So, Dolphins got a huge break. Did you hear about that, Sean? Mm-hmm. Big time break. Teron Armstead. We talked about this, that, Teron Armstead working the deal. And I said, hey, man, if he was thinking about retirement, you got to feel that it's his last year and you got to kind of rework that deal so you can get out of it. And sure enough, they did it. They reworked the deal. It's $18.5 million in 2025 and $10.7 million in 2026 is dead money. What happened was Armstead took a pay cut of $4.25 million. He got $10 million in guarantees plus his $7.29 signing bonus, lowered the cap number to $10.29. So that way that opens up space for the Dolphins. It opens up $10 million for the Dolphins for this year. And then next year, when he's retired, you'll have dead cap hits of 18.5 and then 10.7 in 2026. And then you have two voided years at 2.9 and 1.45. So that's cool. You get out of that. So it's actually really good that they were able to work this out, because if not, remember what I told you, right? It would be another year that you would have to tack on, and then you'd have to start dealing with a couple of years of dead money. So instead of 2 more years after this, it would be 3 more years after this. So they were able to rework it. Brandon Shore and that staff, marvelous job by them to rework that deal. And really cool by Teron Armstead, okay? Because you can kind of be a dick and kind of coast if you want and get injured and pick up your money and then come back again and get injured again and take your money again. And then they have to just pay you straight up and you get all your money, dude. And he's kind of, no, I'm out. I'm not just going to do that. And I'm going to try to play it out this year because he's probably going to try to. This is the season. Watch. This is the season that he plays most of the whole year. Watch.
It'd be a hell of a steal.
Yeah. But you better sign Kendall Lamb now.
Yeah. Well,
You better bring back Kendall Lamb. Okay.
I got off it. The Titans just cut their tackle. And I was like, oh, there we go. I was going to jump on and be like, there's the next guy.
Everybody, yeah, but it's.
I don't even know if the guy's in.
Everybody wants every player that's.
He was due $10.7 million, so I'm thinking he was decent.
Who was it? What's his name now? I'm. Is this the first pig races? Yes. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me? Oh, dude, you know. Oh, dude, no. Oh, wait a minute. You're gonna have to connect the phone and connect it and film it. We got to go live with the pig races. We got to show people. Do you all want to see the pig races? Do we? Come on. Let's go. Everybody on the chat board. Yay or nay? What do we do? Do we have Sean film the pig races for us? Yay or nay? You guys, come on. You got to want to watch the pig races. I mean, you know. I want to hear. Yes, yay. Yay. The yays have it. Do you need your phone or mine?
Super chat away, people. Super chat away. How bad do you want the pig races? Let's go.
Yeah.
I'll be over there at 5 o'clock.
All right. So at 5 o'clock, we'll give you the pig races, even without any super chats. That's funny. By the way, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Yeah, that'll be cool if we could get the pig races. I think that's actually a really cool thing. I mean, we're right here. We're literally next to it. So we might as well get the pig races. And by the way, you all can make your predictions. So make sure you focus in on the pigs, get the numbers, and that way people can, Alex says he's got $5 on pig 3. So here we go. Mike Suarez says, yeah, bacon. I mean, you got to say yeah to bacon. But no, seriously, cool move by Teron Armstead. I thought that was another great thing that's going on for the Miami Dolphins. Listen, man, I know it was a rough ending, and we got to kind of rebuild ourselves again for the new season. And, listen, we're not going anywhere. We're going to be fans forever. So I'm taking the Dolphins to the grave, brother. So it's not like I'm ever going to give up on the damn team, no matter how frustrated I could get with them. So it's not going to deter me from, rooting and looking forward to the following season, as disappointing and depressing as it was to end the last season. So all these building bricks are important, and hopefully ones that we can enjoy. No, it's 4:54. It's 5 o'clock, right? You said? Okay. 6 minutes till showtime. 6 minutes. 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on. On. The other hot topic for the Dolphins is wide receiver. Now, this whole silliness with Landry, I just don't get it, by the way. I just, Hunter Renfrow, that's legitimate. Braxton Berrios, that's legitimate. Tyler Boyd, dude, have you seen? I checked the list today. Tyler Boyd hasn't signed a contract yet. Now, he may want a little more money than the Dolphins can offer because he's a pretty good receiver, but I think he's like 30. Tyler Boyd would be a perfect number 3. DJ Chark, if he's healthy, he's a really good route runner, bro. And as a third guy, that's another guy. You know who hasn't been signed, and I really like his game since he actually left us? KJ Osborne. He's got some height, right? So it gives Tua a bigger target. I think KJ Osborne would be a fantastic third option. overall. And then you could go back to the Chase Claypool experiment, but he's not really like a third option. He's more of a situational guy, that kind of stuff. But let's talk about, if you're going to add a third receiver, add something like respectable. Let's not make it a joke. And look, and I get the whole Omar thing. I love Omar to death, bro. And, when we had him on here, he used to say a bunch of crazy ass shit too. And I used to go crazy with it also and have fun with it. He's clearly a friend of Jarvis Landry, and he's doing, whatever, he's pushing a friend, but it's not credible, unfortunately. I have to be honest. It's not credible. It's not logical to bring that guy in. And it's not really, something reasonable to even suggest it, to be quite honest. I find it to be as ridiculous as it gets, to be quite honest. So, if we're going to talk about a third guy, talk about something that you can really build on, something you can do, something that's active, something that's faster than me right now on 1 foot. You know what I'm saying? The third receiver is a topic, but let's be logical about it. Let's do that, Dolphin Nation. And there's a list. Renfro, Boyd, Chark, Berrios, KJ Osborne. That's not a bad list there that I can go for. Anybody like any of those guys? What guys? Any of those guys? Osborne, Renfro, Boyd, Chark, Berrios. 3 minutes till the pig race. 3 minutes. Okay, and in a minute, we will put up the split screen, and you will see the pig race. Ray Grullon just made a super chat donation. Heck yeah, for the pig race. There you go. The piggy races are coming. Landry not coming back. I wish it ended differently. Yeah, well, ending is one thing, but right now it's time to move on. We need a great possession receiver. Give me Pig 1, repping Tua. Big O, would you be open to Mike Williams? He's injury prone, but he's a big target. I would be open to him, but he's going to want a little money. I don't know what they're willing to pay. All right, here we go. Sean is making his way over to the what's it called? The pig races. All right. I kind of want Berrios back. He knows the offense already, and his girlfriend would stay down here. Renfro, think Boyd wants too much, but hell, if he's on the cheap, take him. Exactly. If Chris Greer can pull a low-hanging fruit special, then there you go. All right, Sean, give me some focus. I want to see closer. I want to see the pigs. Can you zoom in? Give me closer shots of the pigs. Closer. Where are they at? Can we get a closer shot at the pig?
But if I do that, then I only get the first turn. We'll only get turn 1 of the races.
Oh, I see. You're getting your fingers right now.
I'll keep you up to date.
Hey, we're seeing his fingers. Okay, there we go. All right, there he's got his fingers again. Tell him to watch out his fingers. Tell your fingers. There we go. There we go. All right, so pigs are running the Orioles at the finish line. Yeah, pretty much. So here we go. The pig race is coming. And so we're right around turn 1. I guess that's the finish line right there. So we'll see what goes on now. Here we go. It's 5 o'clock. It's post time. It's pig time. It's piggy time. Piggy time at the Miami Youth Fair.
All right, who's ready for some pig racing out there? Well, ladies, gentlemen, and pig racing fans of all ages, welcome to your 2024 Miami-Dade County Fair and Pork Chop Downs. We're going to be your show me swine racers from East Prairie, Missouri. Now, if you don't know where that is, folks, that's way down in the boot hill of Missouri, halfway between St. Louis, Missouri, and Memphis, Tennessee, right along that mighty Mississippi River. Now, what we're going to bring out here for y'all today, folks, we're going to have 3 completely different heat races. Our first set of pigs, they hail all the way from the hills of Tennessee, and we call them the Tennessee Hillbilly Ridge Runners. That second set are going to be the fastest pigs we bring out. They hold the track records in the cross-country porkathon and are known as the USA Swine Speedsters. And the third set are going to be the most unusual pigs that come out of the trailer. They were running wild in the jungles of China, Malaysia, and Vietnam, known as the Vietnamese Asian potbellies. Now, speaking of old potbelly pig or two, I'd like to take a moment to introduce ourselves. This big feller back here by the trailer, folks, is your one, the only Ham Bone. Now, Hambone there, he's a brains outfit. I know it don't look like it, but he is the real lion swine in our family. He's had him some schooling where he studied pig Latin and got a degree in swinology. So if y'all have any questions at all about the pigs, hold them into the show. Come down, find Hambone. He'll head up in the trailer, have a talk with the pigs, and see if he can get y'all an answer. Now, as for me, well, as you can clearly see, folks, I done got all the looks in the family. They call me Pork Chop, and we are your swine brothers.
There you go.
Thank you. All right. Now, if everybody out in that crowd knows how to call up a pig, it ain't a Pork Chop. Does anybody else know how to call a pig?
Bacon.
I think I heard it faintly over there. Soo-wee is the proper way to call a pig. That's right. Yes, ma'am. Big loud soo-wee. Now, the reason I asked you, Hambone is kind of a bad guy. See, he went out before our show, got these pigs a big, tall, cold glass of lemonade. He got them a whole pile of funnel cakes and turned their TVs on to the young and the swineless, and now they're almost all asleep. So on a count of 3, we're going to need a real loud soo-wee from each and every one of you. Y'all think y'all can help us wake these little pigs up?
All together.
All right, they're excited. It's going to be a good one. On 3, let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3. Hey, not bad. What do you say, Hambone? Folks, Hambone said that sounded more like a shoot-wee than a soo-wee. Now, he thinks y'all can do a little better than that. So we're going to give you one more try on 3. Let's see what you really got. 1, 2, 3. Hey, that's going to do it. Now I'm going to get some music going because all these little pigs used to be dancing pigs where they're racing pigs and they come out their own music. Help us welcome out to Tennessee Hillbilly Ridge Runners.
Hey, by the way, Furones will be with you.
Wish that I was on a rocket pop down at the Tennessee Hills. Ain't no smoke on rocket pop, ain't no telephone bill.
We got one fighting to get in the cage right now. We got one fighting to get in.
As you heard there from our
I think we're set to go racing.
One is having trouble getting
All right,
in the game.
guys, Hambone's getting themselves ready to go. I'm going to introduce them to you. Number 1 out here singing that famous song, Mike, is making hard Mr. Squilly Ray Cyrus.
Oh.
Number 2, we got the one and only Miss Brittany Spare Ribs. Number 3 is going to be that good old legendary Squilly Nelson. And last but not least, lucky number 4, come in like a wrecking ball, Miss Hammer Montana. All righty now, kiddos, we got us 4 pigs in that gate, which means we're going to be looking for 4 pig rooters to go with them. What you got to do here? You got to jump, shout, scream, holler.
We're like pig racers, too.
Your arms, do whatever you can do to get our attention. If we pick you out, and your pig wins racing, don't we? If your pig wins, our pig only. If your pig wins, you come down out of the crowd, cross over under that little blue border rope, meet me at that green flag, and we'll get home with the prize. All righty, we got 4 pigs. We need 4 pig rooters. Who's it going to be? I need me some noise.
What are we going for? What
Let's see. There ain't many kids out there. Let's get the pink lucky number 1 right there. How about over there in the, I don't know what, he's got all kinds of colors on his shirt, stars and green and red. Lucky number 2 right there. I need a number 3. We'll get the radio lady right over here. Don't look back and pick me out now for number 3, and I need a number 4.
The wife has got pick 3.
Be our number 4 pig rooter. Let's get the little guy in the blue from Mom Terrace's portal alarm on lucky number 4 right there. All right, I got me 4 pigs.
Man, let me tell you something. They're a little restless in that dog. They're looking at them, boy.
Sound of that bell there off.
They're battling.
Here we go.
Here we go. Oh, they're off. There they go.
lead here comes through. It's 1 and 2 and 4 and 3, and that line's going to be lucky number 1. Oops. Number 1 done it. Number 1
took it. Number one took it.
Prize. Meet me at that green flag. We're going to hook you up with the prize. Y'all give her a round of applause, folks. And don't go anywhere. We got 2 more sets of pigs coming out.
Number one.
Why do you doubt Tua? Why do you doubt Tua? Tua the big one today. Who says Tua doesn't win the big game? Big race right there. Number 1. Number 1. What's wrong with you people? Haters. Do we have 2 more races? Aren't there 2 more races?
Yeah. They gotta get them ready.
Okay. All right, they got to get them ready.
Get a head start.
Coming up. That's funny. All right. All right, so there you go. 2 of the pig won the first race. That's pretty cool. I gotta say. All right, what else do we have here on the chat board? I don't want to get into my other subject with the Dolphins. It's kind of deep with the scheme.
It's too bad. Next to the page ready to race. They're not. What are they? Watching TV. What are they watching?
Wait a minute. We could actually.
Some pigs are laid up in a trailer watching cops on TV. Take your show, folks.
I forgot Furones. I heard you say Furones.
Yeah, add Furones, and then Furones and I can talk Dolphins and pig race at the same time. Add them, and there you go.
Hold on, I'm slide them up. I'll be at the bottom with the pig race.
Yeah, okay. No problem. Okay, there you go, Furones. So now you're in with our Welt and Rail Miami Dolphins and pig report.
Hey. I wasn't ready for that when I logged on.
You saw Tua won the first race, right?
Yeah, I heard that. I think that's what I heard. So look at that.
So
you said who says he can't win the big game, big race?
There you go. You just won the big race. So our amazing cameraman, engineer, Sean Stanley is making his way back to the races to get race number 2. I don't know when it's going to go off. He'll give us the update. How you feeling, brother? How you feeling?
I'm doing well, man. I mean, just trudged through a busy week of a lot of moves. So nonstop, just locked in day and night, keeping up with all these signings, agreements, and doing what I can on the reporting side.
What did you think of Jordan Brooks?
Jordan Brooks, yeah, physical linebacker. So a tackling machine. I think it's a nice pickup there. Some questions of him in coverage, so you got to work through that. But that's a solid piece to have now. 4 years into his career, get him first time as a free agent coming over from Seattle.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on.
We have developments.
We have a race. Here we go. Here we go.
Who's that one there? I saw him leading.
Number 5 apparently is leading there. Let's see. Off around that turn. Who won? Number 5 won in this race. There you go, folks. 5-1 in this.
Is this something
race.
you can gamble on, or
we can gamble on everything? Everything. So what else did you get from the Jordan Brooks interview?
From Jordan Brooks, yeah. I mean, he's a high intensity guy. So I think that's going to be something that we'll like here in Miami. Watching him sort of be that leader in the middle of the defense. Obviously, that's an integral position where you want exactly those qualities. And I actually asked him about that video that went around a little bit of him on the Seahawks sideline. Yeah. So I'm sure you saw that in the interview. So just that's the kind of guy I think you needed another guy like that in this defense. One guy that is on his way out, Christian Wilkins, had a little bit of that to him. He was also a fun guy in the locker room, sort of, with the way he acted silly sometimes with teammates, but also knew when to bring it as far as the intensity and keeping guys on their game. So I think he's a nice guy from that standpoint that you're going to appreciate that part of it as well.
That to me is what I walked away from, that they're not only signing just players that they need to fill spots, but then they're also looking at the character of the player and the work ethic of the player, like a Jordan Poyer, or even a Saram Neal, which we'll get to that in a minute. And so with Jordan Brooks, to me, too many people, whatever, in all levels, media, fans, whatever. Oh, they're going to miss Christian Wilkins' voice and leader. And no, dude, somebody else takes over. Yeah. Holland will become a bigger part of it. Poyer will be a leader himself. This guy right here, Jordan Brooks, is kind of the guy that you look at that says that might be the guy that takes over and mother F's the huddle and gets in people's faces and rattles cages and things like that. So it shows you that the front office is not just looking at how to rebuild the team, but then rebuild the team with the right pieces. Because here's the other thing I just explained before you came on. You're building the team with character guys, right? And a lot of these character guys, they know it, and you know it, that they're only bridge players. They're here for a year or two. And so if they know that, or you know that, they must be professionals all the time. Look what you're signing. You're signing guys that are already like real pros, and they know what they signed up to, so they're not going to be bitching and complaining. Fuller knows that he's either going to start inside or outside, or he might come off the bench. He's not exactly sure, because if Cam is a star and he's playing well, then maybe Fuller comes off the bench and he knows it, and he'll be all right with it. If Saram Neal is strictly just a special teamer and very little second, he's going to be all right with that. You know what I mean? And to me, that's what stood out with Poyer and some of the other guys, that they're also adding some pretty good character people.
Yeah, well, I don't look at Kendall Fuller as someone with his position potentially in flux. I would imagine I would slide him in as a starter opposite Jalen Ramsey. Now, we'll go through the whole offseason training camp, and if Cam Smith then takes his game to tremendous heights, then we'll adjust that.
And Nick Needham was a good slot. So I'm not going to put anything past anything. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. There's still a lot of months.
Yeah.
A lot of months before the season, but right. I love the Poyer signing from that aspect, similar to, that's a veteran guy that you're bringing in. So similar to how Jordan Brooks, he can take a leadership role just going into his fifth year and coming into a new team as well, especially as you have the void of a Jerome Baker, who has been around since 2018. You have the void of Xavier Howard, who has been around since 2016, and Christian Wilkins since 2019. So all these guys that have been mainstays for so many years in what's really going to be a new look defense for the Dolphins.
All right. So the other interview that hit me, and none of us are perfect, bro. We're all human beings, and we could be right on certain things and we could be wrong on certain things. And sometimes when you get new information, and I'm not saying that I'm changing my opinion or that I'm wrong about it or anything, because I need to be proven it. But I've never been a Danny Crossman fan. He has just not convinced me over the last couple of years. But then I listened and watched that Saram Neal interview. And I'm thinking, okay, the last 2 years, they've been ravaged by injuries, which then has a domino effect to special teams. He hasn't had a returner. Sanders got a little off track. Is it him, really? Do I blame it on Crossman, or do I blame it on Sanders himself? And then I look at Saram Neal and how he felt about this guy. And I start thinking, and then they keep him around. So they're around him every day, all the coaches and front office people. So they made other changes, but not Danny. And I'm like, maybe I need to take a small step back and see what happens this year. And if, they stay pretty healthy and it doesn't affect special teams, maybe, just maybe, Danny Crossman's a pretty good coach. I don't know, maybe. But I need to see it. But the Saram Neal interview, that was legit love that guy was showing Danny Crossman.
Yeah, I really like the personality of Teron Armstead for, especially for the position he plays. I think he just has the right mentality for it. And what he showed as far as just the respect he has for Danny Crossman, a guy, think about it, he's coming in as a rookie in 2018 in Buffalo, and now is his special teams coordinator over there. Danny Crossman, of course, goes to the Dolphins, has been there since Brian Flores first hired him on his first coaching staff, 2019, survived a new coaching regime, survived these last 2 years where we've really questioned from the outside, and it's because we're seeing the results on the field, which Mike McDaniel has himself noted that the results are not what they should be. But I think there's something to be said about what people on the actual inside must think about him. That he's got the respect of the players that are in there, his fellow coaches on the coaching staff, the head coach clearly, because while everyone else had him canned these last couple seasons, the head coach has retained him, and it's not like Mike McDaniel is afraid to make moves that are necessary to be made. So we've seen that from him, and then how he gives the keys to a new defensive coordinator this year, and they've made a lot of changes on that side of the staff as well. So I think, there's probably us looking in from the outside. We might have to take a sort of a step back into considering, okay, at least there are some things to consider from those on the inside, their opinion and what they see day in and day out of Crossman.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just that interview left me a little floored, like, okay, something's going on here. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sean is holding up something. I don't know what the hell he's holding up. Oh, the winner? What is that? You won the Potbelly Pig race?
Okay, this is him coming back to you. I got it.
This is huge. See, he won the Potbelly Pig race. How about that? How about that, Sean?
And my mom said the big belly would never turn out for anything.
What the hell is this? Oh, they're bubbles? Okay, he won. Look, for winning the Potbelly Pig race, he gets this. How about that, dude? See, you can win things. Be here at the fair. I know it's supposed to be there, but whatever.
Yeah, be there. Be the fair.
Yeah, but be here. Come here.
Yeah.
Come on over and join us and have a little elephant here. No, but seriously, that interview, and then the other part of that is when he talked about how much Crossman will fight for his players and all that kind of stuff. The one thing that also that interview did to me is that it was like, okay, dude, you know who Mike McDaniel is. You know what kind of coach he is. You know what kind of coaches he wants around him. It's not like an old, bitter dude like the one he had last year, defensive coordinator. It's a lot like Sharam Neal was describing Danny Crossman. So it's, again, you know what I mean? So, and this is not his coach. He inherited him, but he actually inherited somebody that has his characteristics.
Yeah. It says something when a guy that, you inherit as a rookie when you come in. You don't get to choose what team you go to and who your position coach, your head coach, any of that is going to be. And then now he becomes a free agent later on and goes to a division rival to reunite with that same coach later on, several years later. And even in that interview, he described the moment when on his visit, they saw each other and how, his smile and how happy he was to see him. So you can tell, at least from Danny Crossman's perspective, and he analyzes this unit, this special teams unit, day in and day out, all last season, in the offseason, how they can improve. And you could tell from that interaction that he must have felt, and we haven't spoken to him since, I know we will at some point, but that he really felt this was a piece that he needed in order to get this unit to be successful and to get above those results that everyone's looking for it to provide. And it has been ravaged by injuries, or defense has been ravaged by injuries, and then special teamers have to play defense, and there's this trickle down effect. So there have been some sort of excruciating circumstances that have led to some of the things. In fact, even last year's special teams unit was pretty good to a certain point, and then it was just sort of tailed off at the end when you give up the big return in the Baltimore game that sort of started to put it away, and then the big punt return, obviously, in the Buffalo game, week 18, that one just shifted the momentum there when the Dolphins had a 1-touchdown lead early in the fourth.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's good, man. All right, Armstead. That is a pretty cool on his part. Excellent job by Brandon Shore and company, getting everything set. And obviously, Armstead going to play his final year here, but at least Miami's cap situation will be a little easier down the line, because if things didn't change, it would have been like 3 or 4 years down the line instead of 2 extra years.
Yeah. Still some kicking the can down the road, which the Dolphins are going to be doing, but a pay cut for Armstead, so a nice move by him. And and I guess he's taking it year by year. We'll have to speak to him again but the proof is kind of in it when he was this close this year. I mean, unless he ends up making it through a full season healthy, and then it's like, hey, that was all right. I probably have one more in me, but it's going to take a lot though. So
I think this is the year. I think because he's going to think of retiring, I think this is the year he plays most of the year. Like things go his way, and it's like, oh wow, man, the year I want to retire, things play well. But let me walk out here with this year and not risk it and walk out injured. So hope for his sake, for the Dolphins' sake, for Tua's sake, for everybody's sake, I hope he stays healthy. But something tells me he's going to do his best to try to play as many games as possible, because it looks like this is it, dude.
Yeah,
this is it.
And he already does. I mean, he takes all the necessary steps and protocol in rehab, nursing injuries, preventative measures, all of that. He's all over. And I mean, he deals with multiple injuries at a time. He's on the injury report for 3-4 body parts at a time, and still tries to muscle it out as many games as he can. So he's no stranger to that aspect. But sometimes funny things like that have a way of working out, where he's injury prone, injury played, however you want to label it. And then 1 year it could just be where it all turns around. Hey, Raheem Mostert was a guy like that before he ended up in Miami. And sure, he has to nurse his injuries here and there's nicks and bruises, but he's been available for the most part. Played career high games, career high carries this past year. And then obviously he was out for a couple of games late in the year, but still mostly available since he's come after so many devastating injuries in San Francisco.
By the way, Dougie Fresh has a question for you. Furones, as a journalist, why do so few reporters have access to pig races? And what are you doing to end this injustice?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it's by choice, because I could just go down to the youth fair and get right on it. So I've been too busy covering free agency this week. So I haven't been out of the house.
Why haven't you mentioned it to your editor? Like, yo, screw free agency. The pig races are going on in youth fair. Come on.
I think there's money in this shit. We should go out there and cover it.
Yeah, maybe the Hard Rock app will put some odds on it.
Yeah, that's what we need. And then you were just saying one of the pigs was named after Tua?
No, it was just number one.
No.
So
it was just number one. Okay. I thought we had a better storyline there to connect it to.
No, it was Uno. It was just an Uno. So we said, well, that's Tua, of course. Yes.
There was Snoop Piggy Pig.
Oh, it was Snoop Piggy Pig.
Lindsay Lohan. Shake and Bacon.
I mean,
there's some hard hitting stuff here, Dave.
Yeah, legit stars. Legit names, bro. I mean, are those wrestlers or pigs?
Well, the big ones were Shake and Bacon and Snoop Piggy Pig. And then there's one more, and I can't remember his name, but I had Snoop Piggy Pig. Came out on top for me.
There you go.
Left him in the cloud.
Snoop Piggy Pig. Yeah.
I like
so
that.
he wasn't on any gin and juice at that moment. Yeah. So that's why he ended up winning. I like it. If you're on that gin and juice, it's going to slow you down, folks. I just want you to know. It's just going to kind of slow you down on there. So after all the panic in the first day, where are you at right now with how they've reshaped the roster?
Yeah, feeling a lot better about 2024. Obviously, that first day, you start to see, even though some of them were expected, just you start to see all these guys go, and they're already kind of strapped for cash. So I think the Dolphins have maximized what they can do with what's available to them this offseason. It's still probably just from a starting point. They're going to start the season at a net loss from where they were last year. But like you've mentioned, hey, it's about staying healthy throughout the year. So if let's say they're starting out from first day of training camp, the roster's looking a nudge below what it was in 2023. If it looks anything better by the end of the year, by the playoff run, by week 17 and 18, those critical matchups to determine playoff seeding and all of that, And once you get into those postseason games, then that's ultimately what this team is going to be judged by. They need to get their first playoff win since 2000. So we're going to call it a success if they get to the postseason and win a game, start making a run in the postseason. And then we're going to call it a failure if it's another year where there's no postseason success.
Dude, they'll be better this year easily if they're healthy at the end. I mean,
yeah, that's the key.
To me, that's been outside. To me, the real problems are McDaniel growing up and really becoming a good play caller, game manager every day. And then the other thing is the injuries. They have been, bro, the bad luck they've had the last 2 years has been just crazy. And so if those two things just get much better, I think the Dolphins will be way more competitive and even have a chance to win a playoff game or two, when it's all said and done. But if they're not healthy and McDaniel still doesn't know how to manage a goddamn game, I don't care what else goes on, dude. You're not going to win. You're just not going to win.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you can improve in those factors, those aspects, and then also you have better injury luck, then you're going to end up potentially with a more successful season. But I feel the roster as a starting point on paper is a little step below from a starting point. But it could all end up a greater success if those things are taken care of and there's better injury luck.
What's left? Because a lot of people want a third receiver. And I'm not getting into the Jarvis Landry silliness, but Hunter, I throw out like Hunter Renfrow is a legit guy.
Yeah.
Tyler Boyd may want a little too much money, right? DJ Chark, Barrios, dude. How about our UMer, bro? KJ Osborne.
Oh, KJ Osborne. Yeah, I mean, he's a stronger receiver as well.
Yeah, size also as a third receiver, as a possession guy. Plus, he can swing to the outside for a moment if you want to take Waddle off or Hill for a breather. KJ can play outside too, but I kind of like KJ Osborne too. I mean, there's some guys out there, but do you think they're going to go for a third receiver, or is it more about the development of Ezukama and everybody else? Because now that you got Jonnu Smith, you've got a legitimate third option already.
Yeah, he's a third pass-catching option. You're still going to need to fill out this receiving core, no doubt, though. So you're going to need players that you bring in. So it would be ideal if one of those is a bigger body possession guy. You could get a slot guy. So, hey, I'm partial to these Miami Hurricanes. So, I mean, Braxton Berrios, I'd like to have him back. Hunter Renfrow, I think, would be a little bit of a step up as far as a slot receiver or maybe a significant step up. But with Braxton Berrios, you also have a good return man there. So if you want to bring him back for that aspect to his game, you can do that too. You have some options. I mean, maybe this ends up being somewhere where you spend a little bit later in the that June once you get that $18.5 million from Xavier Howard. Maybe it's on the back burner for now because you did get a third pass catcher in at the tight end position in Jonnu Smith. You have the two tight end set between him and Durham Smythe that you could work out pretty well. So there's different ways that they can maneuver here. But, yeah, I mean, a slot guy, if Braxton Berrios isn't coming back, you're also going to need a returner back there and a possession guy, would be nice moves to make to fill out this receiving core.
The first round pick kind of looking like a lineman, right? D or O lineman.
Yeah. I mean, I tweeted earlier today. I have a weight minimum that I want to see out of the first two. I want all right between the first 3 rounds. I want to see at least 750 pounds, meaning or 550 in 2 rounds. Meaning if they trade down and can add a third rounder, then all right, you could get like a receiver or something, and then but make sure you get an O lineman and possibly a D lineman or an edge rusher that could get you to those. So if you could get to those target weight numbers between your draft picks, I'd really like it as far as a positional standpoint. We know Chris Greer is going to go best player available every chance he gets, but I think you got to lean to the trenches on both sides, specifically O line. Right now, you've only made one addition, Aaron Brewer. We were talking to him today, and he still has his position to be determined. Some people said, he'll definitely be the center, and he may very well be because that's sort of where he fit best just coming off last season. But if, let's say, center is where they go in the draft, or if another good one becomes available, then maybe he could still go to guard. So He has versatility in that respect, but center seems to be his best spot. But definitely, I want to see the trenches get addressed here as we go through the draft, and then also later into free agency.
I definitely think tackle.
Need a backup
offensive tackle or defensive tackle is kind of what I'm looking at right now because of Teron Armstead. You're going to have to. I mean, Keon Smith has been developing. Do you bring back Kendall Lamb? If you don't bring back Kendall Lamb, then it becomes an even more obvious thing that you've got to go get yourself a tackle to start developing because, one, you can't have enough of them. And if you could get a guy that kind of can swing, so let's say you do bring back Kendall Lamb, and Kendall's an older player, so you're not going to have a long-term deal with him, but you could develop the young guy where he can play inside and outside and eventually pop outside once Armstead and Lamb are out of the picture or something like that. You know what I mean? So I can see something like that, and definitely a defensive tackle because they've added a bunch of them, but there are obviously a whole bunch of younger guys, more project guys, rotational guys. They might get some pretty good production out of some of these guys, actually. But, again, that needs to be seen, first of all, and we'll see how Weaver can coach him up since that's his thing, coaching up D linemen.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see them address both of those in the draft. Defensive tackle, the moves they've made so far, a lot of rotational guys, so Weaver will have to build them up. And also, I think you can rotate these guys a lot. So maybe it's not going to be where Zach Sealer and that 1A, 1B with Zach Sealer, where these guys are playing 90% of snaps, which is very rare among D linemen. It's going to be maybe Zach Sealer does all that. But those other guys, they're rotating a lot and staying fresh so that they can maximize their snaps. If it's like one guy's giving you 50% of it, one guy's going 40%, one guy's 30%, and different alignments. Some of them at the nose, like Benito Jones, or some of them in the 3 technique, and then outside. So between Gallimore and bringing back Deshaun Hand, then those are a couple of guys I'd like to see it addressed in the draft. And then maybe if they could like trade down. And still end up with an interior lineman with that early pick. If it's a Graham Barton out of Duke, then maybe you end up with like a mid-round pick, a third-round pick, and are able to get a tackle like a Patrick Paul out of Houston. Then that's a guy I'd like, where you can have him as a backup tackle for now, while Teron Armstead is still on this presumably last year, but a guy that you can also develop. So then you have a starter once he goes into year 2 and maybe has to step in at times year 1 whenever Armstead is hurt. So that could be a good plan for them right there if they can address it with multiple guys, multiple picks on both sides of the line.
Tua deal, what do you think happens? Is this right as the money becomes available from X? That's kind of when the Tua deal by then gets finalized?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily something that has to do with it getting resolved, because a lot of the big money is going to be allocated to future years cap space. But as far as timing, then maybe it could just come down to the summer is when it just gets done, some point in the summer, and then maybe leading up to training camp. I know last year we saw a lot of the quarterback deals, like Justin Herbert, get his money right at the start of training camp, and then Joe Burrow even got it. I think it was the night of the opener. It was the Thursday night when the Chiefs and the Lions were playing, and then the Joe Burrow news dropped right as that was happening. So then and then he was going into week 1 on Sunday. So sort of that time frame seems like in the past has been when these quarterback extensions get done, and I wouldn't put any time limit on anything recent right now. They've still got a lot of offseason 2024 items to address toward the 2024 team. So this week I know it's been all about free agency and picking up these guys coming in, and then they'll be getting into the draft. But I think maintaining communication with Tua throughout the process, where if it ever comes to a point where, all right, now we can lock it in, get it done, but then maybe it ends up really coming down to the wire to training camp, and then that's when they sort of settle things before he starts focusing on the season that's coming up.
My man SoCal Derek has brought it up a couple times to me already, and I haven't addressed it yet, but you can help me with this one. So let's bring him off the ledge here, because it's unrealistic. He keeps talking about Brock Bowers. There's no chance Brock Bowers lasts to 21. If Brock Bowers gets out of the top 10 SoCal, it'd be a miracle, my brother. They would have to trade their entire draft to move up to get him, and maybe a pick for next year on top of all of that. It's just forget about Brock Bowers. You tell me, what do you think? That's just my opinion. What do you think there? You tell him, David.
The only thing I'd look out for is if he's lasting into the mid-teens. If you get into 13, 14, and he's still there, and the Colts at 15 probably will really I don't think he's going past 15 at the Colts. If you can trade it up right in front of the Colts and work out a deal, then you can go for it. You have a lot of 2025 picks because you're going to be adding compensatory selections off of this free agency movement.
So you want the whole draft to be Brock Bowers, because that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to trade all your picks.
That's the difficult thing, that you're going to have to trade a lot, and that might involve that. Well, it would probably involve that second round pick and a lot of your 25 capital. So yeah, and you brought in Jonnu Smith, so you didn't make that move for nothing.
Yeah,
Brock Bowers is an elite talent, though.
Oh, I love Brock Bowers. I would love Brock Bowers for the Dolphins, dude, but it's too much right now. It's not where they're set up for. They're already designing everything to take those picks. I don't think they've set themselves up to trade up to get. And Brock Bowers, I don't even think gets out of the top 10, to be quite honest. I just don't. I really don't. He is special, bro. No, I don't think so. So,
you keep an eye out in case he drops a little bit. You keep an eye out.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, bong masks can happen to anybody. So
it's happened before.
But it can't be a weed one, because that's not really going to make it drop anymore.
Yeah.
Those days are done anymore. So
new time.
Your job, SoCal, if you decide to accept it, is you need to slip some kind of a crack pipe on Brock Bowers, and he needs to get busted with a crack pipe, and then he falls to 21.
There you go.
That's it.
You don't even have to trade up. You just take him right there.
Right there at 21. No trade, no nothing. SoCal, you will be the Miami Dolphins MVP of 2024, because you made Brock Bowers drop like a rock, literally rock. So let's crack it up. Okay,
you got all the thumbs.
That's it. All right, what do you got going on in the Sun Sentinel, so folks can check you out?
Yeah, right now, everything from all this week of free agency, and then we'll be putting out stories on interviews with the guys, with the new players that are coming in. So keep an eye out for that all throughout going into early next week as well.
All right, good stuff. Follow him on Twitter at David Furones _. And as always, reach out to my friends at Welt and Rayom, 954-966-4646. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. Call them right now. Ask for Jeff Welt. Consultation's free. 954-966-4646. David, as always, thank you, my brother. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Have a good weekend.
Have a great weekend.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with David Furones. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Furones, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, InterMiami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding. Statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
There we go. We are back here at the Youth Fair. Yes, sir. Come on out, man. And remember, if you want to win a family 4-pack of tickets, you can DM me at Big O Radio Show on Instagram and on Threads. DM me, Instagram or Threads, Big O Radio Show. Your full name, address, and cell number. And and if you win, I'll tell you you won, and it'll be a will call. And then Big O Show on Twitter and Blue Sky. I know most of you are not on Blue Sky. I'm probably none of you are on Blue Sky because it's a new social and it's like Twitter, but it's kind of more cleaned up. But anyway, but they have DM too, and we're there at Big O Show and on Twitter at Big O Show or X, whatever the hell you want to call it. DM me there. Again, full name, address, phone number, boom. And if you win, I'll tell you you won, and you won a family 4-pack. How about that? And by the way, 72 years here, the fair. It opened yesterday. It is open through April 7th. And weekdays will open every day at 4 o'clock. Weekends and spring break will open up at noon. Parking is free every day. Guests 5 and under and 65 plus are free every day. So you can come experience the space venture with the space theme experience shows and rides throughout the fairground. And of course, parking is free every day off of Coral Way and 112th. General admission pricing at $16. Let's see. They have unlimited ride tickets, even up to $40 on site. So you can buy tickets also at Sedano's before you arrive to save and avoid lines at thefairexpo.com. You can go there too. So check it out. More than 80 rides and 130 food stands. And we already did a little bit of the elephant ear, baby. Yes, had to do some elephant ear. Love it. Love it. That's right. And don't forget to call our friends there at Cutter's Edge Pro, William Quigley and the great people at Cutter's Edge Pro. Yes, sir, for all your landscaping needs and maintenance, too. Maintenance is very important. Very important. They do a great job with maintenance. All right. What else do we want to talk about here on the show? You saw the Browns hired Mike Vrabel as a consultant. And let me tell you something. Mike Vrabel did not make it into this coaching carousel, which probably good for him to have a year off and kind of take a year back. But he's so smart in this sense because he's going to be with the Browns during the combine and throughout the season. This keeps him in the loop. This keeps him in the mix, right? It allows him to kind of do another type of job too. It allows him to overview another organization and how they do things. So he's been a part of it as a player with the Steelers, with the Patriots, all that kind of stuff. And now as a coach, with the Titans. And so now he'll be around the Browns a bit. He'll be able to pick up some knowledge and then set himself up again next year to get another job. So Mike Vrabel, man, really smart guy, really good coach. And the NFL is better when they hire him and put him there somewhere, man. That's what I can tell you. All right, let me get into a little bit of the Dolphins. And I want to make you feel a little bit better about what's going on with, and it's not because I'm trying to convince you of anything, or I don't really care, dude. If you believe or not, whatever you like or you don't, that's fine. I'm telling you what I'm seeing. And I like a lot what they're doing. I explained to you in the big picture what the plan is a couple days ago, where they basically decided that they're going to really attack the next wave of free agents with Tua, and then next year Holland and Phillips, and I forgot who else I'm missing. Holland, Phillips, and someone else. Anyway, so there's like 4 guys that they have to sign. And so they've got to obviously take care of that business. And it was more important than taking care of Wilkins and ABG and whoever. Oh, and Waddle. That's right. They got to sign. So they felt like that class is better, more important than this one. So this one, they kind of got some important players. Like I told you before when I explained the leadership in signing all these guys. Now, Weaver's a defensive coordinator, a D-line expert. So they add Benito Jones, Neville Gallimore. By the way, I talked to somebody in Dallas that they said that he's got some potential. He's kind of a load at times. Anyway, they brought back Deshaun Hand, Peely, Isaiah Mack, Jonathan Harris they signed, and Davion Nixon, and then, of course, Zach Sealer. So you're going to end up maybe even a draft pick, okay? So you're going to have a lot of depth at defensive tackle. They're going to keep quite a few. You can tell they're going to have a rotation. Instead of 2 guys carrying the load and playing 4 billion snaps, there's probably going to be a rotation. If some of them are starring and playing well, they could give Zach Sealer a little help, and maybe Zach can take a little rest and doesn't have to play nearly as much as he has, every single year. And by doing that, they have the outsides. Now, the thing about the outsides is we have to wait for Chubbs and Phillips to get healthy. And eventually they will at some point during the season. They'll be joining you. I know they're writing articles about, can Phillips be ready at the beginning? Look, dude, let's wait till he actually can take the field and we're watching him run around and he's hitting people. And then we can start to get it. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But you brought Shaq Barrett in. So you're hoping that Cameron Good and then obviously Jordan Brooks can help you out attacking, at the same time. Safeties, David Long at linebacker will be able to attack. Then you'll have your corners, Cater Kohu, Holland, other guys like that, Poyer. So you'll have CBs and safeties also kind of helping out and kind of mixing things up while you get completely healthy at defensive end. So to me, it makes a lot of sense what you're doing. And hopefully because you've got a teacher, a defensive line teacher in Weaver, that's a bonus for some of these guys like Benito Jones, who's had time to mature in this league, Neville Gallimore, Brandon Peely, man. I like what I was seeing from that kid last year, in training camp. So now maybe he's matured a little bit more and been able to grow. And then maybe you have some of these other guys that are going to be more rotational guys. Davion, Jonathan Harris, Isaiah Mack, those kind of guys. But some of the guys at the top, they might be more of your rotational guys. You know what I mean? And then maybe you'll sneak one or two of these guys, hopefully on a practice squad. But I can see already the plan and have a wave of guys coming at you. And I think what you're going to see from Weaver also is a lot of multiple looks. And that's why I think you look at your defensive backs that you've signed now, there's a lot of two-way in them. And I think that's really important to what they're trying to do. And then to complement Ramsey too. Because if you feel like sticking Ramsey inside, then you say, okay, if Cam's playing well, Kendall and Cam can handle the outside. And Jalen's handling the guy that's a pain in the ass. I.e., what's the name of this idiot for the Bills? The malcontent? Huh? The receiver. Diggs, Stephon Diggs. That he likes to sometimes line up inside. Okay, let's move Jalen with him. All right, let's keep Fuller and Cam outside. So flexibility, I think, is also really important. And I think that's kind of what they're doing. They're trying to create some flexibility there. I like it. I really do. I think it makes a lot of sense. And then you're preparing yourself so you can get your contract done with Tua. And then you've got your money set for next year. That you'll have tons of money available so you can re-sign Waddle, so you can re-sign Holland. You can re-sign these really important guys. I really think this, and then you have a ton of picks. Beautiful, man. It really works out. It really works out. What we need this year is a little luck. We need to see this team freaking stay healthy. Please. For once. Kendall Fuller's pretty good in the slot. Now, Kendall Fuller's a good player, bro. All this, I explained it yesterday. All these idiots going crazy about his year last year. Bro, last year was a train wreck in Washington, bro. You traded away your defensive tackles. The coach was a lame duck. They finally got rid of Snyder in the middle of the season. The new owners took over. Everybody knew Rivera was done. They ended up replacing the defensive coordinator. They put a guy there that was like 29 years old that had never called a defense in his life. It was a catastrophic disaster. In Washington, they gave up on the season. And it just wasn't a good situation for anybody. And your corners have no pressure. It's hard for them to hang with receivers forever, dude. What are you going to say?
I was going to say, weren't also some confusing Kendall Fuller and Jordan Fuller, who was the Rams cornerback as well?
Oh, I don't know. Were they?
I believe somebody said Jordan Fuller one time instead of Kendall Fuller, too. So
I don't know.
I think there's a little bit of mix-up, too, on both.
Yeah, no, I know. But Kendall didn't have it's Washington.
Yeah, no. I know that,
it was
too. But Jordan Fuller didn't have a great year either. So he just got signed today.
Yeah, but no, I just, Anyway, any Dolphin news? None, right? That I've missed because maybe we have pig races, interviews, talking. I don't know if I missed anything. Captain Saki is in the house. I'm on my second trip of the day, but I still checked in to smash the like button. Thank you, Captain Saki. I appreciate you out in Tarpon Springs. V21, thank you, sir. After seeing how Vaughn came back from the ACL injury, I'm worried about how Chubb is going to come back. I mean, that's but Vaughn is older than Chubb, much older. When is the Capopolis? Yeah, I don't think it's ever going to happen. Yeah, what have you seen Dallas? They don't make any moves and they're freaking out over there. And the Chargers, that's a cap crisis. People look, dude, sensationalism sells, bro. That's how it is. Sensationalism sells. Who was number one here on the roll call? Well, I don't know if it is because now, it's already too old. I don't know. I got Ocala Joe and Anthony Diggs and all that. That's already passed through already. So I don't know who was number one in the roll call, but thank you all out there for tuning in. Leon Fresco, Josh, Right. Dolphin 13. What? Oh, play action _7. Yeah. Yeah, that's a regular. Chef Jew is in. Arnold Alonso in. Figaro's. Oh, Figaro's Pizza. I remember Figaro's. Figaro's and Franco's, I remember. Jay just got Francis mixed up with Franco's. I remember a little pizza joint that was off of 37th Avenue by Bird Road called Mona Lisa Pizza right next to a 7-Eleven. But that wasn't a famous place. That wasn't like it was just one of those things that was there for a while. Anyway, by the way, the dip continues in crypto. Sweet ass dip. Right now, Bitcoin's at 67,948. Not a financial advisor, but take advantage, folks. Take advantage, man. Let's what do you got?
On Aaron Donald's retirement photo, Matt Stafford's wife comments in, and at the end it says, "No, the future is bright. Hell, maybe I can get Matthew to retire and we can do it together."
There you go. There you go. All right, let's go with some birthdays today, March 15th. Actually, a pretty good list today, March 15th. Will.i.am today is 49. Rapper Little Dicky, 36. Eva Longoria is 49. Paul Pogba, soccer player, 31. Told you, a hell of a list so far. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was born on this date in 33, passed away in 2020. The legend. Let's see. Who else? Brett Michaels is 61. Kim Raver, actress, 35. Dee Snider, 69. Let's see who else. So Rockwell, pop singer, 60. Young Buck, rapper, 43. That is the list of folks celebrating birthdays today. And in music history, on this date in 99, Bruce Springsteen, Paul McCartney, Billy Joel, and Dusty Springfield were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Springsteen performed with the E Street Band for the first time in a decade. In 2010, the Rock Hall of Fame inducted the Stooges, Genesis, Jimmy Cliff, the Hollies, and ABBA in a ceremony in New York in 2010. And in 2004, on this date, Rust Apik, the former guitarist of Crazy Town, best known for their 99 hit song Butterfly, died of a heart attack at his Las Vegas home. He was 35. Wow. In 75, the Doobie Brothers went to #1 on the singles charts with "Oh Black Water, Keep on Rolling, Mississippi Moon, Won't You Keep on Shining On, Oh Black Water, Keep on Rolling." In 86, it was Starship who topped the singles charts with "Sarah, Sarah." All right. In 98, Rolling Stones singer Mick Jagger kicked off his first ever solo tour with 3 shows in Osaka, Japan. At the first gig, the singer performed Stones hits and rarities, plus some solo tunes. And that's what happened today, March 15th, in music history. Jon Bon Jovi, by the way, I read, is still uncertain about his touring future. He says, "I don't know about a tour. It's my desire to do a tour next year, but I'm still recovering from major surgery." So he apparently, the singer underwent vocal cord medialization, a surgical procedure to help his voice regain proper function and all that good stuff. And he says, although I'm well on the road to recovery and well able to take time to do a song a day when I need, my desire is to be able to do 2.5 hours a night for 4 nights a week for months. And he explained, so I'm working towards that goal. Well, all I can tell you is he couldn't sing the last time I saw him. Plus, he doesn't even sing enough of the old stuff. So what I would say to Bon Jovi is, don't make a comeback, bro. Don't make a comeback. Do everybody else a favor and stay retired. Okay? By the way, did you guys see the bad news for Texas? Did you hear about what happened in Texas? Devastating news in Texas. I mean, it is really, really serious shit in Texas. The world's largest adult content website, Pornhub, has blocked users from access and its sister site in Texas over a dispute regarding an age verification law that the Lone Star State has passed in 2023. Last week, an appeals court in Texas upheld the law, with the battle likely now to rage on. The appeals court did strike down the law requiring users to use a red health and safety warning before logging on. The Texas Attorney General's office appealed the decision. Governor Gregory Abbott signed the bill into law in 2023. So apparently this is not good. They don't think it's safe, Pornhub. So they have eliminated Pornhub to people in Texas. So if you have friends in Texas, I want you to call them. Maybe you can FaceTime them and show them your computer screen that it's on Pornhub and theirs can't be. Or maybe you just want to console them and walk them through it, because there's no porn in their life today. There's no porn in their life anymore, thanks to Gregory Abbott. You know? Tell you, it's a sad day in Texas. Sad, sad day. I mean, if you don't have access to Pornhub, what's left in life? Really? What's left to live for if I can't have my Pornhub? Right?
100%. Everything's not bigger in Texas now.
I guess not. Everything is in shrinkage form in Texas now. Tell you. Debbie ain't doing Dallas. Okay. Big O, your singing voice is angelic. It's like a mixture of Fergie and Jesus and Roseanne. I got the dip on Venmo crypto. There you go. Fred Dodger says, can't Texas sign in through a distant VPN? Don't give away the secrets. Don't give away the secrets. What's in life? Other porn sites? Nah. It's Pornhub or nothing. Says Pat in Asheville says, I bet Hustler's flying off the shelves right now. Oh, man. Too funny. Too funny. And in Giants land, Judy Batista is reporting that they're worried because Daniel Jones is coming off an ACL, 2 neck injuries, and he can't stay healthy, and he has to run in order to survive because he's not a pocket passer. He's another one of those guys. Yeah, I mean, yeah. But he's like Lamar Jackson. I mean, Lamar's better than him, but he's like Lamar Jackson that he has to run in order to be effective as a quarterback. And so you're going to take more hits off an ACL and 2 neck injuries and cap hits of $47 million this year and $41 million next year. But no worries, G-Men fans. You have Drew Lock. And, you know, he's going to definitely save your ass. Drew Lock, dude. Think about that. Drew freaking Lock. That is some crazy ass shit. Well, I hope we're lighting up some Perdomo cigars on Monday for our teams. We had no victory. Well, we could give a victory cigar to ourselves, right? For being here. You know what? Let's give a victory cigar. I won. No, yeah, that's true. Victory. You did win. That's right. Give yourself a victory cigar. And I got to give a victory cigar also to my wife, my daughter, and Kevin for coming out here and helping us and put the tent up and all that, because I'm on 1 foot and I can't help. And so I can only like direct, hey, do this, do that. You know, I can't do shit. So victory cigar to them because they were big today to help us get this whole thing done. Love it. What are you going to say?
I just, for my Victor Cigar, I'd like to send all the thanks to Snoop Piggy Pig.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
And
without Snoop Piggy Pig, you wouldn't be here.
And the trotting that he did, I mean, he was just the Potbelly Pig
He did the work.
dash. Just amazing.
He did the work.
Thank you, Snoop Piggy Pig.
Snoop Piggy Pig did it, man. That was strong by Snoop Piggy Pig. Big O, wow. I see that Aaron Donald has announced his retirement after 10 years of playing. Yeah, we talked about it earlier on the show and went into, you may want to go back to that conversation. Daniel Jones is Family Dollar Lamar Jackson. Right, exactly. Missouri legend Drew Lock. I never understand any Giants fan who defends that Daniel Jones. I've never met a Giants fan that liked the Daniel Jones contract. And I know a few of them. Never met them. They don't exist much, to be quite honest. They're kind of, they're pretty realistic about their quarterback, Giants fans. Giants fans, I don't know how many but they're not like Jets fans. I'm sorry to insult the Jets fans, but Giant fans, most of them they seem like normal human beings to me. Like reasonable human beings. They're not mostly like Jet fans can become blind ass fans. Like, oh my God, they're going overboard. Giants fans aren't really like that, dude. Giants fans have way more human in them than the Jets. Way more. And I'll give you an example. Some of you won't like it. But you know me, I don't really give a shit. Jet fans are like butthurt Trumpy fans. They're in denial and they kind of defend a guy that is undefendable. Now you talk to most Democrats, they don't really defend Biden. They're not inspired by Biden. They're not really talking of Biden. Because I know plenty of them and they're not talking of Biden. They're uninspired by him. So that's kind of like that. Giant fans are like Democrats, uninspired by Biden. It's kind of like that. Yeah, just like that. That's a perfect analogy. Go ahead.
Thinking of the Giants, have they ever had like an awesome quarterback?
No. Phil Simms was
Hostetler, Manning. I mean, not that
Hostetler was all right.
But that's what I'm saying. Though they've never had that guy where it was like, holy cow.
No, you have to go back to what's this guy's name?
So that's because the first one that came to mind was Phil Simms. That's the first Giants I believe I remember.
The Giants back in the 60s.
Hold on.
Shit, man. Somebody help me out. I'm brain farting now. He did commercials and everything. He was a big guy, big name. I'm forgetting now for the Giants. That's probably maybe in legend. Maybe that might be the guy considered the best of them all. No, not Fran Tarkenton. Fran Tarkenton wasn't very good for the Giants. He was good for the Vikings. After they traded him from the Giants to the Vikings, that's when Tarkenton's career actually took off more than anything. But it's more, dude, what's the guy's name, bro? I can't believe I'm forgetting the guy's name. Somebody please help me. But there's a guy from the 60s. Y.A. Tittle. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no. No, Y.A. Tittle would be the guy. Y.A. Tittle. Y.A. Tittle would be the guy.
I looked up best quarterbacks top 10 in
60s, right? Is Y.A. Tittle?
He was 61, 64.
There you go, 60s. Okay. Yeah, probably Y.A. Tittle or Phil Simms. And again, that's not Johnny Unitas. That's not Dan Marino. That's not Joe Montana. That's not going to be Pat Mahomes. That's not going to be like they're like Phil Simms can quarterback my team anytime because he was a very good player. Okay, not an elite quarterback, but a very good player. Like Matt Hasselbeck, very good quarterback. So a lot of those very good quarterbacks that they're not great. But yeah, no, you're right. The Giants have never had a superstar quarterback. Never. Yeah.
I was thinking about that when you were talking about the Jets fans and thinking about them, like, the Giants have really never had that guy to be like.
No.
The closest thing, like you said, would be probably.
They never had Joe Namath.
Yeah.
They never had Joe Namath.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was what Sims won him a Super Bowl and Hostetler won him a Super Bowl?
Yeah, because Sims got injured and Hostetler took over.
Okay, so that's the same one then, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
okay.
And then Hostetler went to the Raiders and played a couple decent seasons. He was a decent quarterback, but, I mean, nothing special, obviously.
What's funny is I look up Giants' top 10 quarterbacks all time.
Oh, it's not a good list.
You know who number 10 is?
Who?
Earl Morrall.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's where it's like.
Well, Earl Morrall was a hell of a quarterback.
No, he was.
Back in the day before we got him.
100%. It's
and
funny
he was a hell of a quarterback for us.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's a hell of a quarterback for us
asses.
as well. And it's like.
Saved our asses in the undefeated season. You know? On this day in 1943, Sly Stallone was born in Denton, Texas. Great musician. Oh, Sly and the Family Stone. Oh, that's Sly Stallone. I said Stallone. It's Sly Stone. That was just me. We got the parade coming through. Why don't you get the camera going and people can see the parade coming through? Because I think the parade comes right through here, right in front, literally right in front of us. Sean won't even have to move to show you the parade. Use the whole draft on O-line and try to fix this ridiculously tired problem. They will use at least one of the picks on an O-line or D lineman, I think, in the first or second rounds. I do. I really do. I think that's what's going to be happening. Those Giants QBs had elite runs in the playoffs, but outside of that, they were average at best. Yeah, because their teams were really good. And that's what, we were talking about that yesterday, right? That your team has to be really good in order to carry, because no quarterback carries a team. They can make key plays for you, but they can't carry you. You know what I mean? Like Mahomes made the plays, but he didn't carry anything this year. The defense is the one that carried him the whole year, dude. That defense was special this year for the Chiefs. So it did. They carried them in a way. Big O, with the signing of center Brewer and a deep O-line class, should they get the best DT in the draft? Elephant ears with or without warm cherries or strawberry sauce? I don't need that stuff. I just need cinnamon and sugar. I get that, and I'm good. You know that? I'm good. I don't need any of the other extra stuff. I just need the cinnamon sugar, and I'll enjoy the hell out of it. So that's it. I thought it was coming. Oh, 6:30? Yeah. Well, we want to thank David Furones, and as always, we want to thank, by the way, Eddie, Michelle, all the great people out here at the Youth Fair. I want to thank my wife, my daughter, Kevin, Al, Sean, as always, the man that masters his entire platform. We're not going to stay up till 6:30 and then go through the whole parade and all that. Maybe we'll get it next time, and we'll get it at another part. We'll be back here on the 20th, which is Wednesday. That's right. Wednesday, we'll be back here. So come on out. Remember, if you want to win a family 4-pack of tickets to come out to the Youth Fair, DM me, Big O Show, on Twitter or Blue Sky, or Big O Radio Show on Instagram or Threads. DM me your full name, address, cell number, and I will contact you if you win. All right? So we got a few we're going to give away. If you want to win a family 4-pack, saves you a lot of money, man. Come on out to the Youth Fair and have some fun. It's great fun, man. Tons of rides, tons of food, shows. It's really a good time. So come on out and in a great atmosphere. On behalf of Sean Stanley, I'm Orlando Alzagari. We shall see you on Monday morning. Same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.